So we talked about the anti-vax paper yesterday, and I have to ask the question now of what's going to happen next, because anti-vaxxers have been constantly moving the goalpost ever since this whole debate came around. Now, first of all, it all started with, oh, MMR is the link to autism. That was disproven. Then the next thing was, oh, it's the thimerosal. Well, thimerosal hasn't been in a lot of vaccines that, your child take. It's no longer in vaccines now. Hasn't been for a great many number of years. They did studies into it. It was also disproven. The thing that they had last time, and that this paper now disproves, is that children are too young to receive them. They're too young. They're still developing. The vaccine messes with their brain. This new paper disproves it. So I have to ask the question: how many times are we going to have to go through this and waste essentially resources? Resources that could be better spent on trying to find new solutions, or asking different questions, ones that actually matter. And there is going to be a new one, because there always is, because these people are so deluded when it comes to this type of question. It's unbelievable. So, where do you start is the real question. It's not really an easy question to answer, because they will just move the goalposts, and you see this every time through any subset, or I was like, a number of arguments I've had with, discussions, shall I say, with, well, they turn into arguments, shall we say, the number of people who you say, they present a question, they go, well, there's this, and they go, oh, what about this? And then, well, I present you with this, and they go, oh, what about this? And there is a real lack of, particularly with these, anti-vaxxers, or, conspiracy theorists, or, natural health, quacks. They just refuse to accept evidence. And I'm like, what's wrong with, accepting evidence? Because you should be able to accept evidence and change your worldview according to that evidence. But hey, some people are just really dogmatic. And it's, unbelievable. I mean, I did a video a couple of years ago all about, the psychop, and all about how basically giving giving excuses to people as to why, skeptics won't, accept evidence. And he had like 100 points, and, here's how to know you're dealing with a skeptic who, and it's just like, no, you're just trying to find ways to give you excuses to continue in your irrational belief. And that's what it is. And I have to ask the question is, why do people just not want to accept? And it's an obvious answer, unfortunately, but people just don't want to accept, new ideas when their beliefs have been challenged. And, I'm a big believer you should change your mind based on evidence that's available. But, a lot of people can't do that because they've got such deep-rooted beliefs into these things. I said it before about conspiracy theories when I was heavily covering them. They are, a spider wrapping themselves in a cocoon, and because they're believing one theory, they have to start believing other theories, and then they just start cocooning themselves, and they just wrap themselves up into just one big cocoon, and it gets to a point where they just literally cannot remove a single thread, because if they did, their entire cocoon would just crumble. But, we'll keep on at it, because, particularly in the areas of, natural health quacks that are, exposing people, and, children who, refuse, adults who refuse to get their children vaccinated, cause problems, long-term problems, and even problems to that potential child maybe later on in life. I've said before that the first lot of children who were around when the whole anti-vax thing started, they are now of age where they can go and get themselves vaccinated. So if you are at that age, you'd be around what? I think you would be about 2021 now, I think. Might be a bit younger than that. But you can go and get yourself vaccinated. So if you know that your parents did not vaccinate you, go get yourself vaccinated. Or if you don't know, just ask the question and go and get yourself vaccinated, because you are at risk. And many of you might say, oh, well, what about herd immunity? Well, do you really want to run that risk? And, be it on your head. And all the available evidence said you should go and get vaccinated. Because herd immunity is not, the best shield. Being vaccinated is your best shield. So, hey, there you go.